Okay, I think we are going to get started. So I just want to welcome everybody, and I hope this is going to be a good use of your time. Today, we're going to talk about streamlining, optimizing, and automating your processes, as well as taking advantage of low code and the Power Platform within the nonprofit space. Really quick intro to us. We are one of the first Microsoft partners in the intelligent automation space. We've been working with them since the inception of Microsoft Power Automate. And a quick intro to the team who's going to be talking today. So I'm Ray Ozone. I founded BHFE when I discovered the power of automation quite a few years ago. Along with us, we have Zai, who's a developer and trainer, Paul in sales, Dimitri, who guides clients through governance and center of excellence, Jonathan, who's a project coordinator, and Eli, who's a grants and funding administrator, who's going to be talking a little bit later on about how you guys can save money on licensing as well as get a decent amount of free professional services. So being a really quick intro just to BHFE Solutions. Basically, we guide organizations through their not through their automation and through their low code journeys from A to Z. So we help you find use cases, we do the development, we train you guys to be able to do it in-house, and pretty much help you guys from A to Z with that. Really quickly, I want to go over the agenda. So we're going to be giving you guys some case studies from your peers, how the Power Platform benefits nonprofits. We're going to give an introduction to all the components of the Power Platform. We're going to give some use cases, specifically in the nonprofit space, as well as some general overall use cases. And then we're going to talk about what Microsoft deemed the patterns of value within there. So, ways you can get value organization-wide within the Power Platform. We encourage you guys to ask questions. So we have a Q&A section. You guys can ask questions there. We'll answer them, and we'll stop a couple of times during the presentation where you guys can ask questions as well. We'll unmute you if you'd like to talk out loud, or you guys can ask in that Q&A, and we'll answer them for you. So basically, how can a nonprofit easily create apps and automations to optimize and streamline nearly any process they have, from fundraising to volunteer recruiting to employee and volunteer retention, while reducing errors, saving money, saving time, being able to scale up and down with a click of a button? We've been working with a large number of nonprofits who are immediately seeing benefits from this, and they're asking more. So Dimitri is going to take on a case study about the American Red Cross right now and give you guys a taste. Dimitri?
Hello, everyone. Next slide, please. So today, I'm excited to share with you a success story about the American Red Cross. The American Red Cross is not just a renowned humanitarian organization. It's a hub of relentless activity and dedication. Every day, they deploy a vast network of instructors nationwide to conduct life-saving trainings like first aid and CPR. To facilitate these critical sessions, a smooth and efficient supply chain for training materials is a must. However, the Red Cross faced a significant challenge. Their supply ordering process was cumbersome, relying on paper forms that were scanned and emailed, leading to delays and lack of transparency. This approach made it difficult for instructors to receive supplies promptly and for the organization to track supply usage and order fulfillment. Recognizing the need for change, a dedicated work group was formed. Their mission was to revolutionize the supply order lifecycle. And here's where the Power Platform made it a dramatic entry. Welcome to the Supply Hub, an innovative solution crafted using Power Platform that revolutionized how ARC's instructors order their training supplies. Let's start with Nick Gill, an ARC training specialist. With no formal IT background, Nick embodies the spirit of initiative and self-learning. He learned Power Apps, Power BI, and Power Automate on his own. This is a powerful example of how accessible and user-friendly these tools are. Nick's first achievement was creating a shopping cart app from scratch. This app, seamlessly integrated with SharePoint, offers instructors a familiar online shopping experience. They can now select supplies, specify delivery addresses, and check out effortlessly. The introduction of the Power Automate workflow for approval added a new level of oversight to the supply ordering process. This automation not only streamlined operations, but also enabled real-time status updates to instructors, a significant leap from the previous system where order confirmation and tracking were simply non-existent. The pilot phase of the app with 200 instructors across the 3 territories was an eye-opener. During the 6-month period, Nick discovered the power of Power BI to provide daily updates by connecting to SharePoint data. After the successful pilot, this solution was rolled out to all of the instructors, replacing SharePoint workflows with Power Automate. But the journey did not stop there. The American Red Cross is now leveraging Power Apps across various business challenges. With Power BI, they're breaking down data silos and fostering a culture of shared information and insights. And now it's time to celebrate the widespread impact and success of the Supply Hub app at the American Red Cross. This app has not only streamlined the supply ordering process, but has also struck a chord with the instructors who find it incredibly user-friendly. Its ease of use and efficiency have made it a beloved tool among instructors who now enjoy a drastically reduced order life cycle, which went down from 3 to 4 weeks to just 4 to 5 business days. The Red Cross is now leveraging Power Apps for various business challenges, expanding its array of tools with innovations like an asset tracking and assignment app and a disaster transportation tool. Supply Hub has set a remarkable precedent showing how a solution built by the business for the business can revolutionize operations. It's a shining example of how technology, when aligned with human insight and understanding, can create impactful change. As we close the ARC case study, let's reflect on a powerful message from the American Red Cross's journey. With the right tools and the spirit of innovation, every challenge presents an opportunity for transformation. The Power Platform is more than just a suite of applications. It's a catalyst for change, empowering organizations to create solutions that matter. And I really hope this has inspired you to explore the possibilities with Power Platform in your own organizations. Back to you, Ray.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the individual components of the Power Platform and how they pertain to how it helped out the Red Cross. Zai is going to give you guys a demo of each and every piece of this, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Zai?
Thank you, Ray. Hi, everybody. Well, as the team has been mentioning, there are a lot of benefits with low-code automation, and now we are diving into the smart automation. Let's start with Power Apps. This is a low-code, no-code platform with services and connectors that help you to build really fast an application for your needs. For me, this basically means no more waiting months and months until a team develops an app that we need. Now with this, we can easily build our own applications without the need to know complex programming languages. Following the American Red Cross example, they built several applications to cover processes from asset tracking solutions to optimize the use of rental cars. And not all the apps are being created by the internal team. Even the volunteers are creating apps for them. Now what I would like to do is show you a video with a demo that we have, and I'll be explaining a bit of what this does. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So this is a resource management app. We did this in like a couple of days, and here I'm going to add a new employee. You might know this person. This is Bruce Wayne, and we're just helping him a bit to hiding his identity. So as you can see, I have a lot of fields with data preloaded that helps avoid human error. So there I have, like, for example, job title, department, and with that, I'm avoiding to having, for example, analyst with capital A, analyst with someone misspelling or something like that. And in this app, once I have like put everything there, I can just submit the data and it's gonna be submitted on real time. I'm gonna add there the salary, and we're going to see this salary coming also soon in another demo that we have. So after submitting the data, it's already there. It took less than a couple of seconds, I think less than one to put that. And here in the same app, I can go and review and view all the data that I have. So for example, let's say that I mess up something the first time, for example, in the age that I said it was 35, but he was 32 years. So if I go there, I can correct it in the same application, save it, and everything is going to be updated in the same moment. So here you can see that my data is just updated. I'm just going to go back. And another thing that I can do is, for example, having this kind of support resources here in the same application. And it's just like, as you can see, clicking buttons and all that. And it's very, very user friendly. So now I'm going to move on to Power BI. And I don't know if you were like me in the past and try to present reports and charts using Excel. And don't get me wrong, gets the job done, but it's not as powerful as this Power BI. So if we follow again the American Red Cross example, they connected Power BI to the SharePoint data, and now they have an easier way to get daily updates, which help us to understand that Power BI is more than just an interactive data visualization tool. Part of its power comes from the connections that you can have. Now let's go back and see a demo of the Power BI. And this data is going to be based on the tool that I just showed. So right now you're seeing raw data. Even our dear friend Bruce Wayne is over there in this data. And okay, perfect. And with that, I mean, if I'm going to do like a smart decision or something, it's going to take me weeks to understand the data. So I'm going to go to the summary. Okay, here you can see that we can filter and all that, but it's not going to be the same. But if we go to the summary, we can see the data with more detail. For example, how many employees do we have by business unit and by department? We can also have a look at the average of the annual salary by department and the total employees that we have by gender. So this kind of information, it's the same thing that it's in the raw data, but now I have an easier way to access that kind of data. But some good information is going to come from the salary decomposition. So remember that for Bruce Wayne, he was just a senior manager and we added like a crazy salary there and it's going to be presented here. So if I click over there, then I'm going to have access to all of that. But I want to go and check for the R&D department because that's the department where we hire Bruce and he's from engineering. And we can clearly see that the salaries of the high senior manager are way higher than the director's salaries. So with that information is that I can go and see why this is happening. And you can see all that and then see like, okay, why is happening in the engineering department? Why even the automation engineers are making more than the directors are? It's something wrong there. So everything was in the raw data. Yeah, that's about right. But with this kind of visualization, I can start making some decisions and it's gonna be way easier. Now let's move on to Power Automate. This is my favorite between the Power Platform because this one we can dive into RPA or robotic process automation. With this tool, we can automate everything that we consider boring and all the things that we don't like to do on our day by day. So this is going to add a lot of value. And even here, we can automate things that are not even being done. So for example, in this thing that the American Red Cross did, they added an extra level of oversight to the order process, process creating an approval workflow. So they even added something that wasn't there because now there is a tool, a bot that is doing that. So let's see a demo because with a demo, we can also see what else, what other things we can do with Power Automate. Okay, so here is an Excel file. The goal is to add the information into an ERP system. So for me, it'll take a lot of time to get field by field and then paste this into the ERP. Here, we're gonna use Contoso, but let's think that it could be SAP or any other ERP that we could use. So once I hit on play, you will see how fast this Power Automate flow can read the Excel file. I mean, it's now open in the app. So it took less than a second to read the whole Excel file and extract everything, all the data that it's in there. And now all the data that it's extracted, it's being typed, and it's interacting not only with fields, but with buttons, with everything. And this is just a small example of what you can do. Like if you have this tool that it's giving you a pain, you can have this. So basically having an RPA bot, it's the same thing as having a digital assistant that it's gonna do all the boring tasks for you. So if you have reports or inputting this kind of data, you can automate that. And then, for example, if after that you have to go and do some analysis or something like that, then you can just have that time and use it for all those things. And finally, let me tell you about Copilot Studio. Oh, this is the easiest way to get chatbots running. You can have them connected to Teams on your web page, and in order to create them, you don't need to know any complex language tool. For this one, for example, I'm going to show you a small demo that we did. Um, and this demo that was created, it took less than 10 minutes. So here you can see the BHFE Solutions webpage. And as you can see, we have ton of information there. So I'm gonna click and then you can see services or use cases and all that. So what I did was I fed my chatbot with this webpage. It just asked me like the webpage and I just copy and paste the link. I didn't have to do anything else. And now what I can do is ask anything about the BHFE page. And for example, here I'm asking for services. And I got the link because I just added the word services. Then I thought like, okay, I'm gonna use a little bit more common language to ask about the use cases. So now the bot is reading the web page. It's taking just a moment, and after that, you'll see that I got all the use cases and also links for the use cases, and the links are working fine. So you can have this kind of chatbot embed on your web page, and if someone doesn't want to go, for example, and see how can they do or check more information about what you do or about how can they just donate something, then they can just type that in the chatbot and the chatbot is going to give the answer way more faster than someone can just find that in the web page. So this is something really, really helpful. And basically that was all the demos that I have to show. So Dimitri, I'm going to give you back the spotlight. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sai. So imagine having a tool at your fingertips that's not only powerful, but is also accessible, even if you have just the basic coding skills. That's the Power Platform for you, a platform already adopted by the industry giants like WWF and the American Red Cross. With Power Platform, simplicity is key. Its low-code tools are designed for ease of use, ensuring anyone in your organization can harness its capabilities without needing extensive coding knowledge. This simplicity doesn't come at the expense of flexibility. You get full customizations to tailor solutions specifically for your organization's unique needs and goals. Think about efficiency. With Power Platform, you can automate those repetitive, time-consuming tasks. This means increasing your operational efficiency and freeing up your valuable employees' time to focus on what truly matters, your mission. Data is at the heart of strategic decision-making. Power Platform enables you to analyze data, uncover trends, and make data-driven decisions that can propel your organization forward. And let's talk connectivity. Power Platform seamlessly integrates with other Microsoft products and virtually any other app or service you might be using. This interconnectedness ensures a smooth workflow, enhancing productivity across your organization. In short, Microsoft Power Platform is more than just a tool. It's a gateway to transforming how your nonprofit operates, making your processes more efficient, data-driven, and impactful. Next, please. In the realm of Power Platform, there's a multitude of real-world applications that can transform how organizations operate. Today, we're going to focus just on one crucial aspect: overcoming budget constraints. With Power Apps, you can create a custom budget tracking application that enables you to monitor expenses, generate financial reports, and uncover cost-saving opportunities that could be game-changing for your nonprofit organization. Power Automate adds to this by automating the expense approval and reimbursement process. This not only cuts down on paperwork, but ensures timely reimbursements, keeping your operations smooth and your team focused on what they do best. And let's not overlook the support side. By implementing a Power Virtual Agent, your organization can provide round-the-clock support without the need for additional staff, ensuring cost effectiveness and high availability. All these solutions are designed to maximize efficiency, reduce costs, and optimize satisfaction, helping you focus more on your mission and less on the manual processes. With Microsoft Power Platform, financial management becomes more than just number crunching. It's a strategic advantage. Paul, take it from here, please.
Sure. So the Power Platform is proven to drive efficiency and growth. It does this through a number of things. It reduces your development costs. It allows operational people and business people to design, implement, and streamline new automated processes. This makes for a more efficient and timely support, as they're not waiting for IT support staff to support them, opening support tickets with the help desk, and they're able to help themselves and correct their own errors or anything that's going on within the automated process. This creates greater organizational efficiency. It also reduces errors and mistakes due to less human intervention with the use of the automation. And this ease of use allows for integration in multiple organizational tools and data sources. So ERP systems like Oracle, SAP, Salesforce.com, as well as other enterprise software applications. If anyone has any questions at this point, we'd be happy to take them. Please feel free to just unmute and fire away.
If you guys aren't able to unmute, you could raise your hands as well, or you can ask in the chat. If not, we'll go on. We'll give you guys some use cases and we can go from there.
So some common nonprofit automation use cases are as follows. It allows better data organization for all people management, meaning all your HR issues, anything you're doing with donors, your volunteers, your members, and your as well as employees. This is, again, giving you more efficiency in organizing and expediting all email outreach, whether internal to your organization or out into your, again, volunteers and members, including campaigns and mailing lists. You're able to manage all your financial transactions more efficiently and make more timely receipts and payments. So if you have an accounts payable or accounts receivable, it can be flagged so you can take care of it more quickly. And also, if you're expecting to receive receivables, you can send a reminder notice to your members. This allows for greater streamlined reporting and greater accuracy as well when you're doing your regulatory compliance and any governmental filings. The nonprofit industry can benefit greatly from the use of robotic process automation and artificial intelligence. It allows you to automate a variety of laborious and repetitive tasks. Things like fundraising, the ability to track, report on all fundraising activities for better and more timely outreach, as well as reporting and compliance. It also allows you to keep track of your memberships, to send renewal notices to people whose memberships might be expiring, and also, again, around compliance and reporting. So automating the reporting process to allow disparate data sources to be ingested and integrated together to complete all regulatory compliance and tax filing easily, accurately, and more completely. Some common business scenarios across all industries, again, real-time inventory tracking, time and attendance tracking for your members as well as your people within your organization, tracking of all purchasing and procurement issues, and also employee performance reporting, and any type of other custom reports can all be done through the automation process. So these general processes where automation can streamline, expedite, and reduce errors and mistakes in all organizations, regardless of their size, complexity, whether they're for-profit or a nonprofit organization, can benefit from automation. Ray, back to you.
Hey, okay, so now that we've gone through some of the use cases of the Power Platform, I wanted to talk more broadly about what Microsoft terms the patterns of value within it. So there's a bunch of different ways that the Power Platform can bring enterprise-wide value. Specifically over here, we have 6 of them. I want to go into a couple of them to really give you guys some details. So the first 2 are app modernization and organizational agility. Basically, a good way to improve your core systems. So a lot of times, organizations, they have systems that are antiquated, legacy systems, whether it comes in from, an acquisition, or if you've just been in business for 100 years, you have these really old things like old ERPs or databases. They have terrible user interfaces, or they're really clunky. So with the Power Platform, I'll give you an idea of what can be done. You can create a new front end for them where let's say that you have 40 steps in order to get something done. You create this front end where now you can press one button and all of a sudden it'll automatically do those 40 steps for you. Basically kind of like having a helper on your side. There are times where these programs don't have features. You can add those features in using Power Apps and Power Automate. Basically, you can extend these systems. So basically, you get more bang for your buck from these systems that you already have, basically making them much more powerful. With that, a question that was actually asked in the chat about compatibility on the next slide, basically, we talk about how it is compatible with different core systems, pretty much databases, ERPs, CRMs, so on and so forth. So they do this with what's called connectors. There's basically thousands of connectors out there that interact with the back end of applications, whether it's a web application or your desktop application, in similar ways to like how APIs do, but they're just much more user friendly. When something doesn't have a connector, a custom connector can be built using APIs, so it makes any future development super simple, again, furthering that compatibility. When there is no connector and there's no APIs, then you can go even further. You can connect with Power Automate Desktop. So it kind of looks like a ghost in the machine, as I was showing earlier, where your mouse and your keyboard will actually go and do things as if you're a human being doing those processes for you. So there's 3 different layers, right? You have those standardized connectors, you have custom connectors, and you have that desktop integration. The desktop integration is pretty cool also because you can interact with websites, desktop applications. I can make it just click, start and open up my calculator for me and start typing things if I want. It pretty much can interact with anything. The next thing is accelerating professional developers. So everything takes time to develop. There's no question about that. But the Power Platform is very efficient and very powerful. So what might take a year to develop would take something like 3 to 4 months in the Power Platform. Would take a month to develop, would take a week, give or take, in the Power Platform. So basically that frees up your developers to be able to, reduce time and effort to be able to go and create more projects for you guys or to save money. The other side of that is also if you're going to be using, let's say, a partner like ourselves, it costs significantly less to get things done because we're going to be getting it done in a quarter of the time, give or take. On the opposite side of that, you also have, well, not on the opposite side, you also have control over governance at scale as well as security. So everything is connected to your Active Directory, and you have full control, whether your developers are working on it, whether you have citizen developers working on it, or whether we're going to be. You guys are in full control the entire time. The next part is empowering departments. So because explaining how this works is pretty simple, and because actually developing is pretty simple, you can have citizen developers do some of this. What's nice there is sometimes IT is, super busy. They're not able to go and get to projects. Or for example, the developers, again, they can't get to certain projects. Here, the departments themselves can understand what the capabilities of the Power Platform are and define the projects that they need done. And oftentimes they can get them done themselves. So that actually empowers the departments to get things done without having to rely on others, whether it be us or IT. When projects are more complex, again, they get done quicker. So IT can get those done quicker so you can get more projects out. And if they're extremely complex, we're here to hold your hand. My favorite, the next one, is optimizing hyperautomation. AI has been the buzzword of the year lately. So hyperautomation basically is RPA, which is robotic process automation, which we were talking about before, the ghost in the machine, as well as embedded AI and chatbots. So basically, where at one point you were able to do just automated processes, now you can do cognitive processes. So you can do things like, sentiment analysis, understanding documents, intelligent document processing, identifying images, identifying items within images. For example, you can go and you can scan in hundreds of licenses and identify what the name is versus the address versus the license number. You could do this with heavy documents, invoice processing, and so on and so forth. All can be done within hyperautomation. It's extremely powerful, and I personally fell in love with this because of the hyperautomation. So again, we're going to break for questions, and I see quite a few of them. So I'm just going to take a moment to read, and Zai might jump in as well to answer some of them. One question that I kind of addressed in the chat really quickly was, is this compatible with Excel? So as I mentioned in one of the slides, this is pretty much compatible with anything. Your imagination is the limit. And it's pretty cool, as we go into organizations and we have these conversations and we get the question, hey, is it compatible with this? Can it do this? Can it do that? The answer is almost always your imagination is the limit. It's compatible with anything. As I mentioned, it's basically the ghost in the machine. Think of it like APIs plus an actual human doing the work for you. Another question, what is the learning curve for someone starting from zero with Power Apps to having something functional? The learning curve is not that high. So with everything, think of it like a game of chess, right? It's easy to learn, not so easy to master. You'll be able to get basic apps and automations up and running within a couple of days. We have somebody here actually who is a non-technical person who started playing around with Power Apps about a week ago. Power Automate about a week ago. And he's about to deploy his first automation to help him get information off of a website on the sales side. So he knocked it out in a week. It's not hyper complex, but it took about a week. We offer trainings, and we'll talk about those later, so that we can get your teams up and running in about a week or two for low to medium complexity robots and apps. Just go through and see a couple of other questions. Okay, I see that we already have those questions answered. So let's go on. Okay, so talking just a little bit more in detail about who we are and what we do. So we guide organizations through their automation and through their Power Platform journeys. We understand everybody has their own unique paths to success. Everybody has their own needs. So everything that we do is 100% customizable. We do templatize what we do because we know what works best, but we can change it to whatever you need. And we're going to talk about 4 of the things that we do most for our clients on the next slide. Basically, we help you guys discover the use cases. We see oftentimes, before we get in, that sometimes licenses of these are already, on site, but people don't know what to do with them. So we help you guys discover the use cases in order to get the most value for your organization. We do that with process discovery and mining. And once we have your processes, whether it's going to be an automation or an app, we help you standardize, optimize, and map them and make them automation or app ready. Besides that, we do development in general, so we can do your automations for you. We can build them out. Same thing for apps, same thing for chatbots or AI or whatever you may need. But then also, if you guys want enablement in-house, we do trainings and co-development. So we have curriculum-based trainings, again, 100% customizable, as well as workshops, hackathons, and what we call co-development, which is basically you guys discover a use case that you would want, and we hold your hands every step of the way, building it with you, so you guys get hands-on experience creating that. Finally, what we do is also set up your center of excellence. So if you want to control this all in-house, we help you guys build a team of knowledge experts, technical people, decision makers, people from every department, IT, in order to ensure that you guys have the best starting point to get your automation and your Power Platform journey going. And then we also help you set up what's called the Center of Excellence Toolkit, which is a toolkit that shows you KPIs, helps you build out pipeline, shows how your robots and your applications are doing, and so on and so forth. So pretty much A to Z, helping you with your Power Platform journey. keeping this up really quickly, but don't really want to get too much into it. But basically, we work with organizations of all sizes, whether for-profit, nonprofit, pretty much every vertical. And we take on projects that are really, really tiny to huge. We work with Fortune 100s and we work with mom and pop shops, and we're happy to take everything on. We love helping and we love giving back to the community as well. So we have a special place in our hearts for nonprofits, and we would be honored to work with you guys. Um, Pretty much all of our clients end up having long-term engagements because as you discover these processes and you find out what the ROI is on them, there's always more in the pipeline. So we work guiding these organizations, whether we're doing that development or the training, or doing code reviews, or helping you out in any way that you guys need. We're here. We're here to hold your hands. So with that being said, I want to jump right into benefits of working with us, as well as some pretty cool things. Most people know about the discounts that Microsoft offers nonprofits, but if you don't, feel free to reach out to us. A lot of their licensing can be purchased at up to 75% off, including the Power Platform and including the AI capabilities of that. Besides that, there are lots of ways where you can get free professional services from us. And for that, I'm going to hand over the mic to Eli, who's our grant administrator, and he can talk about how you guys can get some grants.
Thanks, Ray. Hi, guys. So this is actually a really exciting new promotion between us and Microsoft, where once qualified, you gain access to a variety of completely free professional services that are packaged in workshops, where your team and our Power Platform experts do activities like needs assessments, where we help your team discover key challenges and pain points within your organization, as well as tailored demos, where we use that data we discover together to build a custom demo for you based on your very own use cases. Many organizations, including nonprofits, have already taken advantage of this promotion from us and found it to be extremely valuable. Smart automation is relatively new in this segment, and we've had a lot of success with this program in educating nonprofits about how they can maximize their full potential if they adopt it. So we think this is a fantastic opportunity to get your feet wet without any serious investment on your part. If you want to learn more, please check out our website's promotion page. Applying for this is easy and completely free. Just sign up or contact us, and I'll be happy to walk you through getting this or other offers by BHFE Solutions and Microsoft. Back to you, Ray.
Thanks, Eli. So basically, that's the end of our presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just going to leave this screen up so that if you guys want, you can sign up. We're happy to do one-on-ones with you. We're happy to help you sign up for those needs assessments. Pretty much everybody qualifies for those needs assessments. They are a $1,500 value. They're pretty valuable. And besides that, there's lots of others. As Eli mentioned, we can hold your hand signing up for everything. Some of them actually get projects done for you for free. So feel free to reach out. We'll also reach out to you guys. And yeah, we're here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat or we can unmute it.